Hello, I'm making Sunday dinner like I do every Sunday for my husband and I and my dad and my Aunt Norma. And today I'm going to take a shortcut and I'm going to make easy Swedish meatballs. Let's go. So you'll need 1 pound of meatballs, frozen meatballs. You can also make this in a crock pot if you think far enough ahead, which I didn't. So I'm going to put those meatballs into this big bowl and I'm going to cook them in the microwave according to the microwave directions. I like to take the meatballs out every once in a while to check to see that they're getting done. These are a really good quality meatball. You want to make sure you get some really good quality meatballs. Okay, I checked them again. You don't want them to cook until they're really hard. That would be bad. But these are done. I'm just going to leave them in the microwave while I cook the sauce. So for the sauce, it's simply 2 jars or cans of beef gravy. And I'm going to open those up and put them into, I'm going to use this pan so that I can just make the sauce and add the meatballs to the pan. So it's 2 jars of this gravy. And I like to get every bit of it out. I don't like to waste. And then the next thing you want to do is add a whole container, 16-ounce container of sour cream. I did take a little tiny bit out of this the other day to make something. I forget what I was making. But you put that in there like that. And this will be the sauce that goes over the meatballs. So you'll mix all that about. And then you need 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I have to go get a tablespoon. Actually, I have a teaspoon here. 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon, so that'll be good. So I'll put in a tablespoon of this. 1, 2, 3. 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So then you need to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and also a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Now, this was not in the original recipe, but I looked up a whole lot of Swedish meatball recipes, and the original recipes have these 2 seasonings in there. And so I wanted to add it to the quick version of the Swedish meatballs. So I'm going to put that on low heat and get that all incorporated. Now, this recipe does call for 2 cans of drained mushrooms. However, Dad and Aunt Norma do not like mushrooms, so I'm not going to add those. My husband and I both love mushrooms, so what I can do is I'll go ahead and cook some mushrooms and we can have them on the side. This recipe also calls for a bag, a 12-ounce bag of noodles, like no yolks or something like that. However, my husband's diabetic and I eat lower carbs, so I'm not going to make those because Dad and Aunt Norma really do prefer mashed potatoes. Okay, I've got that pretty much incorporated like that. The last thing I'm going to do is add some salt and pepper, and now I just have to heat it up. And after it heats, I'm going to add the meatballs to it. While that sauce is heating up, it's starting to heat up. I can see it bubbling. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because I don't want it to scorch. I wanted to tell you all that I made a different video earlier today. It's a short video, not a long video. And this is fudge that I made right after I came home from church. And believe it or not, this is made with Velveeta cheese. I found a recipe in one of those cookbooks over there on my table to make chocolate fudge with Velveeta cheese. So yeah, look for that video. It's a short video, Velveeta cheese. You'll see it. Okay, the sauce is bubbling, so I'm going to go ahead and add these meatballs. There was a little bit of frost on these meatballs because I had them in my freezer for quite a while. It doesn't hurt. I mean, they're not freezer burnt. Don't get me wrong. They're not freezer burnt. But I don't want, see that water that's in the bottom? I don't want that water in with this sauce. So I'm using a slotted spoon to get those out and put those down into the sauce. There we go. And I'll go ahead and spoon that around a little bit. So it's boiling. These are done. They smell really, really good, and I'm about ready to plate these up with some mashed potatoes and green beans. Coming right up. I've plated it up. It's really hot, and now I'm gonna get to take a bite. It's very hot. That's a good Sunday dinner. Mashed potatoes, green beans with bacon drippings, and Swedish meatballs, and a biscuit. Make that!